Okay, so next we're going to be doing the kit 4, which is the Bouncing Bunny card in a box. And this is what we're doing. So it pops open. You've probably seen these before. If you haven't, where have you been hiding? But this is a cute, really cute Easter project or Easter card for a young'un. It's really cute, absolutely cute, and definitely will give them that mantelpiece wow. You could get this in conjunction with an Easter egg. It's really, really sweet. So the first thing I'm going to do is to show you around the printed parts where all the panels go, and then I'll show you how to construct the card, and then we'll put all the panels on the card itself. So I will be right back in 2 minutes. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the panels now that you've got on your kits to stick around the card. Okay, so these are all the pieces on the sheets. Once you've printed them out, you have 4 large panels and 4 smaller panels. So the smaller panels go on the flaps that fold down, and the larger panels are the ones that go on the base unit of the actual card itself. You have the two strips that have got fold lines or crease lines on them. I'll show you how to do those when we get around to it. They're the bits that go across the middle that hold your, what I call the lolly stick, or the lollipop bits. And I will show you how to do those. And then, just push those to one side, you have a plethora, it's a good word, a plethora of green sticks printed on the sheet, and you have 3 large Easter egg shapes. Now they're decoupage layers that go on your smaller panels, so they will go over the top of those. You have your smaller Easter eggs, so actually there's 4 smaller Easter eggs, but you don't have to use all of them. You have 2 Happy Easter circles. Now these will fit a 2-inch circle punch. And you've also got a Ickle Bunny rabbit. It was bouncing then. And a chick. Okay, so the chick is on the small back panel. That's a decoupage layer that goes over there, but I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, so those are all the bits. So you need to cut all those bits out and then keep them safe. And then I'm going to show you now how to actually make the card base. So I'll need that, and you'll need a sheet of A4 cardstock. Colour is entirely up to you. The one in the magazine is yellow. The one that I've got here is green. And I'm going to show you how to make another green one. Back in 2 secs. Okay, so I have my green cardstock and I've placed that onto my scoring board. Now my scoring board has got pegs that allows me to be able to position where my score lines need to be. This is a standard A4 piece of cardstock, which means it's 297 millimeters or 29.7 centimeters, or as Kay Rutter calls it, 29 a bit and a blob. We're going to be scoring at regular lines along at 7 centimeters. So my markers are placed at 7, 14, 21 and 28. Now there is a template included with this kit on the CD or the DVD, so you can print the template out and it will show you exactly where you need to put the marks. Okay, so I'm going to score first all the way down at 7, then at 14, then at 21, then at 28. I've got just under 2 centimeters here. So I need to turn that so that it's portrait. So the 2 centimeter strip is up at the top. Now at 12, you need to score all the way down to your bottom score line. Don't go any further. So I shall move the board up so you can see exactly what I mean. This here is my bottom score line. You can see the line because I can see it on my little monitor here, so I know you can see it. So this is your bottom line. We're scoring at 12 and we're coming all the way down and stopping at that line and not going any further. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So you can get rid of your board. Actually, just put mine on the floor. Okay, so now I've got one long panel here that I'm not going to touch. I've got a 2 centimetre panel there. Now I want to take out that corner piece. So I'm only going to remove, now this is the piece that's shaded in grey on your template. Now I would show you the template, but I haven't got one printed out because I'm lax. Or as my mother would say, slack. But let's not go into that. Okay, so we're going to keep that tab there because that's going to be where we're going to glue. Now, we have 3 even-sized small panels here. So we need to cut right the way up to the score line. And again, up to the score line. And again, up to the score line, like so. Okay, so we've now got 3 flaps and this flap here. Fold the card in half. Now if I turn it over, you see that bit sticks out. Fold it in. And then we're going to add some double-sided tape on this flap here. So I'm going to add some double-sided tape. And I'm going to do it and put it on the outside crease or the outside fold, like so. I'll grab my pokey tool and take the top off my tape and then fold that back over. So I've now created an envelope. Okay? Squeeze it. If you squeeze it, it will automatically just fold or fall into shape. And then just go around until you have your box. Now you have your 3 flaps. Now these are the smaller flaps. You can now start folding those down. You only have 3, so do the one on the right, the front one, and then the one on the left. And there is your card base. So, before we go any further, right, we're going to put in our section that our lollipops stick onto. So these 2 pieces here. So we're going to do that now while we've got no other distractions. So I'll just pop that to one side and we're going to take that. Now these need to be in a Z formation. Now I'll explain exactly what I mean by that. I'm going to take my embossing tool and I'm just going to score, using a ruler, down those little dotted lines. I will hold it up so you can see what I've done. Okay. There are dotted lines, so you just need to score those. The one on the right, fold back. The one on the left, fold forward. So you're creating a Z shape. Okay, so you've got the green facing you. So you've got the right facing to the back, the left facing to the front in a Z shape. And do that to the other piece as well. Now this is very, very important because if you get this wrong, your card won't fold. Trust me, I know these things. Okay, right to the back, left to the front. So we now have 2 Z's. Right, the next step is up to you. You can either put tape on the right hand side, on the bit that goes to the back, but on the left hand side you need to put tape on the white side. That's white, not right, because it's the left. Don't want to confuse you. So of the green on the right and of the white on the left. You could use wet glue if you want to, but I find that tape works best. So I'm just going to run a little bit of tape up to the crease on that side, and a little bit of tape up to the crease on that side. And then I'm going to trim that off. Okay. I'm now going to add tape to these sides as well, doing exactly the same thing again. Up to the crease. If you go over, it doesn't matter, just trim them off like I've just done. And up to the crease. So I've gone over a little bit, so I'm just going to trim those off. I think I went a little bit over that side, yeah. Okay. Now the tricky bit, and this is the bit where you get all fingers and thumbs. I can just guarantee you, just get rid of that rubbish off my blades, because they're going to all stick to my fingers now, aren't they? Okay, take your tape off one of them, but only do it off one of them. Okay. Because we're going to do this one at a time. Now fold that in so it's out of the way. Now, back right hand side, I want you to put the edge of that right up to the back edge, keeping that out of the way, the back edge of the card. So line it up with the top of the card, but the back edge needs to be lined up with the back crease. This is why I said it's going to be all fiddly, and then just give it a press. Now making sure that that's straight, not at an angle. Make sure, there we go, and then just stick that down and then fold it, and it should follow the crease lines. And do that with the other one, but this time this part, the white bit, wants to be in the crease at the front left, and again make sure that it is straight across. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm keeping that out of the way, and I'm going to make sure that goes right into the front crease and it's lined up with the top of the card, and then I'm going to push my finger in so it's now stuck down. Now on this side, I'm going to make sure that it's straight, lined up with the top of the card, and I'm going to give it a squeeze, and then I'm going to fold the card in. There. Can you see how they now fold with the card? Yeah? Excellent. So there is your card base ready and raring to go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring back all those other panels in, and we're going to start sticking those to the outside edges of the box. Okay. Okay, so we're going to begin by putting the smaller panels on the flaps. Now, your back panel, the one that you didn't put the crease in, is where your chick needs to be stuck. So he needs to be stuck on there, and then the other 3 layers can go on any of the outside flaps. Not underneath, but on this part here, on the outer side. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some wet glue, and I actually might use tape on it, excuse me, and stick those on. So I'll just put those to one side for now, and then using tape, just for speed, you probably will need to do this a little bit more for longevity. So use glue or double-sided tape. I'm just going to put these on with double-sided tape runner, and I'm going to line that up so it's in the middle. So stripy or chevron-y type one. I'm putting the dots on the front. Now you can, if you want to, squeeze it and then use it so you can see if you've got them lined up the same. But I think if you just make sure you've got them equal, then you won't go wrong. Sometimes it is better or easier to work flat because you can line it up and see it then. Do it by eye, as the saying goes. So there are your 3 top flaps. Okay, we're now going to stick down the larger ones. Now the one with the bunny and the Happy Easter on the bottom, I've stuck on the front, so it's on the front of the card. The other bunny one I'm going to put on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. So that's on the front. I'm going to turn it over and put the other bunny one on the back. Squeaky tape runner. Okay. So you have then a choice between the chick or the basket that goes next to it. So I'm going to put the basket on that one. And then flip it over and put the chick on the last remaining panel. Okay, so I've now got my 3 flaps done, and I've also now got all my panels around the outside there. Okay, so as I said before, you have 3 large eggs. Now they're decoupage layers to go on the front of your card. So all you need is some foamy pads. I think I'm just going to use up a little bit of wastage on this one. So I don't think I need to use a lot. So I'll just stick that on. That on. It's good when you can use up stuff you would normally have thrown away. And on there. And then I'm going to use a smaller bit, just a thin strip, and I'm going to stick that to the back of the chick. There. I'll peel the back off. Okay. And then we'll layer that over the top of our chicken. So I can layer that over the top of the chicken. Try not to get my head in shot. Probably failing miserably. Yeah, there we go. So there's our chick. And then we're just going to put the decoupage layers onto our Easter eggs. That's the wavy lines. And the last one is the stripes. Like so. Okay, at this point, If you wanted to use one of these Happy Easter medallions, you could stick that on the front of that Easter egg there, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we're going to put that box card now to one side because this is where we need to start creating our lolly sticks. So we're going to bring in the lolly sticks. And just using the tape runner, I'm going to stick them down like so. I'm going to do that with all of the pieces. So do the bunny. Okay, so we've now got that one, and then one of the Easter eggs. Again, if you wanted to use wet glue, go ahead. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to be using wet glue in a minute when I stick these down inside the box. So I'm going to finish off creating all the rest of my lolly sticks, and I'll see you when we're ready to start putting them on the inside. Okay, and we're back. So I have Easter bunny, Easter basket, 2 Easter, Happy Easter sentiments that we're now going to start sticking down into our card. So I'm going to move those to one side and I'm going to lay my card down flat. Now there's a reason for this. Okay, I'm going to take my lolly stick, my first lolly stick, and I'm going to run some wet glue just down the back of the lolly stick. And I'm going to push it on. I'm going to lay it across one of those stays inside the card. Now the reason I've laid it down is because it will help it to set. Now you can put something, if it's moving like that one is, just put something to stop it. Okay, and then you can start strategically placing all your lolly sticks into your card at different heights. So I always do the back layer first. So because I've got the chick there, I'm just going to put a couple of Easter eggs in there. So I'm going to put that one lower down there like that. So it's almost, the chick's peeking over the top. And then one last one like so. I'll just interspace that so it's at a different angle. But you've also got a chance just to spread them out a little bit. It doesn't matter that you're going to be covering it up. So Easter basket. Just arrange them however you're happy. And then another Easter egg. And you don't have to use all of them. It's entirely up to you. Just keep laying them down. Excuse me. Until you're happy with the arrangement. There you go. I think I'm happy with that, so I don't really need that one. Okay, I'm now going to leave that to dry for about 5 minutes, and then I will see you when it's set. Okay, they're all now set and glued and stuck down, and literally you now have your card in a box. There you go. How cute is that? And there's the one we created earlier. Brilliant. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you again for the next one.